to Romans 3, and we're looking at 23 now to 31. I want to point out some words as we look through the words of Scripture. The first word we're looking at is the word have sinned. Maybe we'll look at that. Have sinned. You want to hit the right key for me on my computer there, Sergio? The right key to make that advance? Or do I not have? No. Hit the right key. The right marker.
Take the right arrow?
Yeah, the right arrow.
No, it's so.
Okay, we're frozen. All right, we're going straight to the Scripture. Okay. All right, let's look at the word sin. Have sinned. What Paul tell us? For all have what? All have sinned. What tense is that written in?
Forward.
That's the past tense. Who does this include? All of us. You know what that word for have sinned means, literally? It means missing the mark. Past tense. And then what's the next one he talks about? What's the next phrase? Fall short. Guess what tense that's in? Present tense. So Paul is saying we all have sinned and we all are what? We're all falling short. Look at the words. We're all falling short. Notice what he says next. By the way, both those expressions come from a Greek usage with archery. Archery. Sergio, why don't you just put it back up and just hit the F5?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll get by that. It comes from a Greek word to do with archery. Everyone falls short. And Paul says, using it in the present, thanks, I'll take it from here. Let me get up here. I got to show you this. All right, fall short. There we go. You ever been down to Celebration Park? If you haven't got a chance to go to Celebration Park, go there. It's really neat. Right down by the river here, over to the left. And it's one of the unique places. Anyway, when you go down to Celebration Park, you get to, if you want to, use the adelaide. That's an ancient stick that they would put the arrow in, and then they would throw the arrow this way. Adelaide. And the ancients got so good they could hit a running rabbit with an adelaide. So they let us all try the adelaide. Do you know how many times it took me to even hit the target? Almost impossible, because you really got to get a skill at doing that. But there are people with an adelaide, they go like that and hit the target. We could not hit the target very often at all. What is Paul telling us? How often can you hit the target? How often can you hit it? You fall short all the time, Paul says. You have sinned means falling short of the mark, and you fall short, you can't hit the target right now. Not completely. Not completely. By the way, what's the mark? Look at that text. What's the mark? The glory of God. You fall short of the glory of God. God created us in His glory. God created us in His image. But we have sinned and we what? We fall short of that glory. And Paul says, in the present, this happens right now, all the time. What's the next word? Justified. Giacao, justified. Justified is a passive verb. Now, I know, this is sort of like a class. You're going to have to remember we're like a class. What's the difference between an active and a passive verb? An active verb, the subject does the what? Action. So if this verb was an active verb, it means you justified yourself. But it isn't. It's a passive. It means something else has justified you. You had no part of the justification. It's a legal verb. It means that you're considered okay.